Hi, this is Martin from Arcanum Vita with your astrological comment for the week ahead. First I just want to say thanks to everyone for your encouragement and support as we're getting these videos up and running. It means a lot and we really appreciate it. What's happening this week? Today we've got the Lunar Eclipse in Gemini Sagittarius. It's the first of 3 eclipses that are going to be happening in the near future. We've got another one on June the 21st on solstice. It's a full solar eclipse, and again on the 5th of July we have another lunar eclipse. A lot of fresh energy and change and movement starting to happen now. So it's a very pivotal time of change. So this eclipse, being Gemini Sagittarius, to me the Gemini Sagittarius axis represents, what I call the axis of disposition. It's our disposition in the world. So Sagittarius is our beliefs and our meaning and our truth, and Gemini is the way we communicate and our interplay. So it's sort of, how we relate to the world and the way that we see the world based on our beliefs and the way we orientate ourselves to it. So it really lights up that area of our worldview. The eclipse has a particularly hard aspect to Mars and Neptune. So, our worldview and the way we relate to ourselves, to the world and in ourselves, and the way we process the world has this energy at the moment, which things outside of us are very impressionable. That we're really feeling it, and it's being impressed upon us. And Mars and Neptune really can get under your skin and cause aggravation. And in medical astrology, Mars-Neptune difficult aspects are related to things like allergy and things like that. So there's this sort of getting under the skin and stirring up a response, and that's particularly in relation to our beliefs and the way we orientate ourselves to the world. So the positive way to look at that energy is Neptune is also an intuitive connection within, and in so doing it requires a compassionate position, and with that intuitive connection to self from a position of compassion, we can take action to build the appropriate structures and the appropriate boundaries that we need in order to ensure that the appropriate response to the environment occurs. So it's just important at the moment that we watch that we don't become too divided, us against them, or too polarized in our response to this overwhelming impression that's coming in. If you look at the symbolism around the eclipse, it forms a T-square, which is a very hard aspect, Sun, Moon in joined square to Neptune and Mars. So with a T-square, we look at where the point forms, and then also the exact opposite point to that. So the exact opposite point of the T-square is symbolically represents the idea of emulation. And I guess what that's sort of saying is that rather than compete, rather than sort of be drawn into a competition to win or overcome this adversary which is outside us, it's more of a case of working together in a sense of equality to strive towards a better outcome. But the key point here is equality and fairness and justice, and making sure that we're all on the same page. So we can very much endeavor to progress ourselves in this life, but we also need to maintain a view around what is just and fair and inclusive and sort of harmonious in that way. This is going to be really highlighted shortly, as Jupiter is currently retrograding back to have its second conjunction with Pluto in Capricorn. So it's going to bring a great need to expand the idea of what is under the surface, but at the same time bring an expansive push from a position of justice to the idea of power and authority. And so I think the way, if you look at the collective mind at the moment, there's this real sort of expanding energy or ballooning energy against the idea of control and containment through authority. And this is what is reaching its crescendo. So, but it's early days yet in this process, and as the year progresses, we're going to have a few more challenges. But 2020 was was always going to be a year where there's an enormous overhaul of the structure of society, or the structure of everything, structure being Capricorn and Pluto being transformation. So, and this happens every 248 years. So how do we navigate that? That's the key. So I think at this time it really is about looking at our own worldview as being valuable, but at the same time trying not to be over responsive or overreactive to external impressions which kind of come in under the skin of that. And so it's important to just value your own position and value your own truth, but realize we can make a contribution to the whole in a constructive way, rather than trying to better or be better than or control the outcome from a competitive perspective. And that way we're all working in the same direction, although differently, but very much in the same direction. So in saying that, I'll leave it there, but I wish you a good week ahead. Be good to yourselves, and I'll thank you very much, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye.